The Journey of the Lost Prince. Once upon a time, in a kingdom far beyond the mountains, there was a young prince named Adrian. Born into a royal family, he had everything one could wish for: wealth, a beautiful palace, and the love of his people. But despite all his luxuries, Adrian was not happy. He felt trapped in the palace, burdened by royal duties, and constantly watched by guards and advisors. One night, as Adrian sat in his grand chamber staring out of his window at the moon, he made a decision. He would leave the palace and travel the world. He longed to see places beyond the kingdom, to experience life as a commoner, and to discover who he truly was. Adrian disguised himself in humble clothes, took a small pouch of gold, and quietly slipped out of the palace under the cover of darkness. He traveled for many days, walking through forests, across rivers, and over hills. Along the way, he met traders, farmers, and wanderers, all of whom shared their stories of struggle, hope, and joy. Adrian learned much from these people, realizing that the world outside his palace was full of beauty, pain, and wisdom. One day, in a bustling market town, he met an old woman who had a small fortune-telling booth. She looked at him with sharp, knowing eyes and asked, "What is it that you seek, young man?" "I seek answers," Adrian replied. "I want to understand my place in this world." The woman smiled and handed him a small, weathered book. "This is a book of wisdom," she said. "It will guide you, but remember, the answers you seek are not always found in pages. They are found in your journey." Adrian thanked the woman and continued on his way. As he traveled, he began to encounter more difficult challenges. He had to cross vast deserts, climb steep mountains, and face dangerous creatures. Yet with each challenge, he grew stronger, wiser, and more compassionate. Years passed, and Adrian became a skilled traveler and adventurer. He learned how to survive in the harshest conditions, how to solve problems using wit and resourcefulness, and how to connect with people from all walks of life. But despite all the wisdom he had gained, a part of him still felt empty. He hadn't yet discovered the true purpose of his journey. One fateful day, Adrian arrived at a small village nestled in a valley. The people there were suffering from a terrible drought. Their crops had failed, their wells had run dry, and they were on the brink of despair. The villagers had heard of Adrian's many travels and asked for his help. Adrian, now wise and capable, quickly assessed the situation. He used the knowledge he had gathered over the years to find a solution. He discovered a hidden spring high in the mountains, and with the help of the villagers, he redirected the water to their fields and homes. The village flourished once again, and the people were forever grateful. It was then that Adrian realized the true purpose of his journey. It wasn't about wealth, adventure, or discovering the unknown. It was about helping others, about using his knowledge and skills for the good of the world. He had been lost for so long, searching for answers in distant lands, but the answer had been within him all along. Adrian returned to his kingdom, but he was no longer the same prince who had lived so many years before. He was a man who had seen the world, understood its struggles, and found his purpose in serving others. As he resumed his royal duties, he ruled with wisdom and compassion, knowing that true greatness came not from power, but from selflessness and love. And so, the lost prince became a beloved king, respected not just by his people, but by all who knew him. His journey had transformed him, and he had finally found the peace he had longed for all those years.